Yes, Thursday evening, 5 o'clock in the p.m. on the Pacific Coast. Do you know where your Pope is? I'm Ken Epsog. This is a Blathering Live. Producer Steve is on air as well if you're staring at the video. If you're listening, there's just a deafening silence where producer Steve normally would be, but he's there nodding quietly. We are having fun tonight, I hope. We're back. We're so back, baby. We've been off for a week, a week? No, how long has it been? Oh, it seems like 2 months. It's been a week. Been a week of my life, and not on Saturday, too, as well. I'm out of town this weekend handling some business. So, but we'll be back to normal next week. Don't worry about it. We'll be back to normal. Steve, what's not normal is your face. Where's your glasses?
It's hot as hell in my room, Ken, and I'm fogging up, man. So
I have a beanie on. It's 85 here, so you and I are going to sweat this one out, buddy.
We're going to sweat this one out, so I had to take the glasses off for a minute. It'll cool down. We'll settle in here soon. We'll get in the groove. We'll get in the rhythm, and the glasses will go back on. Things will be back to normal. I'll be able to see again. I can't see anything, Ken. I can't see shit. I can't see chat. I can see. I'm sorry. I've cursed in the first minute here. I hope I didn't screw anything up, but okay. Yeah, I can't see anything.
That's okay. Jared saying his shirtless life is the best choice. That might be it. I haven't hit the gym in about a month. I've only been able to walk around the neighborhood for the last month. I have access to my gym again, but you ever do that thing, Steve, where you're like, you know what if we just started Monday, and what if I just had Detroit style pizza tonight? That's where I'm at.
Diet starts Monday, Ken. That's my motto. Diet starts Monday.
Monday indeed. Michael McCarcel says, do you people have no AC? I do have AC.
Same.
Here, watch. You want me to turn that on? The loud roar that's gonna be coming.
Oh, that's a good hum.
Yeah, I do have overhead fans and everything, but noise bleed. I suffer for my art. Okay.
Suffer. We all do.
We all do indeed, Steve. Are your mic hooked up right?
I hope so. I can. You hear me, obviously, right?
Yeah, no. I'm just wondering if you got the laptops. Remember when Jared, the TIE fighter pilot, thought he was muting his mic, but he was really burping onto the air because he had the wrong connection? I thought for a second maybe he had the wrong connection.
I think no. My stuff says I'm okay, but I'll check here in a moment and check my levels here in a moment. If anyone says I don't hear sound good, let me know in the chat.
Steve, let's be honest. Tuesday is one of the worst days of my life. I'm backing up and running.
We're only up from here.
I'm feeding squirrels almost by hand. Dave McKay's asking, you're not having a Detroit style pizza tonight? No, I had it for lunch. I had it for dinner Wednesday night, and I had it for dinner Tuesday night. I got a lot of thoughts on Detroit style pizza because I finally tried it.
Okay.
Steve?
Up, down?
Mid.
Okay. All right. Explain yourself. You can't just say mid and walk away.
Spongy. I'll say this right now, especially if Lauren Romo hears this. I am open to trying it again at a different vendor.
Okay.
I went to a place. There's a place in Burbank that just opened called What Up Dough, and I went there despite having a problem with wordplay. They offered a Detroit style pizza, and Tuesday night I was down to watch Andor. You know, that fluffy, happy, scrappy, go lucky Star Wars show Andor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Full of just joy and warmth. I was like, let me get a real bad, just good meal to like weigh me down, because like I said, Tuesday morning was one of the worst days of my life. And so I was like, all right, I got garlic knots, I got a salad, and I got what they call the 8 Mile special Detroit style pizza. At What Up Dough. And Steve, it was just like I took a bathroom sponge and put a lot of tasty toppings on it, but then served that to you. Too much dough, man.
What? Okay, talk to me about toppings. Talk to me about sauce. Talk to me about cheese. Like, what are we looking at?
There was a good mix. It was pepperoni. It had. But I'm just going to try to get the menu up because I'll say this. I liked the top. I liked the topping.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. I would go there for again. Next time, if I was to get it, I would literally just slice the bread in half. There it is. Okay. Red sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, basil, topped with house-made vodka sauce with a sesame seed crust.
I'm not a vodka sauce guy. The rest of it sounds really good.
It was good, but oh shit. Lauren Romo's here.
Uh-oh. She heard you.
It was much like Chicago deep dish. It's too much. And the bread, that's why I'm willing to say this place didn't cook it or prepare it properly, and I'd give another Detroit style pizza spot a try. It just felt like not chewy, bouncy. The pizza felt bouncy in my mouth, Steve.
Are you a crispy crust, like a little, like charred on the bottom kind of crust kind of guy?
No, I don't like well done stuff. I don't like unless it's steak, which people hate. I've learned to take the scornful looks from wait staff, and I'm like, well done, please, and I just smile at them. But no, I like a little chewy dough, but this was bouncy. This was too much dough.
All right. Well, you've had a tough enough week as it is. So I'm not going to give you shit for your steak takes, but we can.
Look, I
won't add to that.
Do you know the horror? Do you know the horror I've had to deal with in my soul when it turned out that Donald J. Trump, the man who destroyed the United States Football League and is now destroying the United States of America, likes well done steak? Do you know how far I had to try to distance myself from that?
Yeah, I bet. No, it's yeah. You don't want it. That is kind of like a word association, isn't it? It's just well done steak with Trump. You don't want that.
I don't want that. Jen Murrow says, me and Brett are both with super well done steaks. I know where it comes from. My dad used to eat meat that was still moving on the plate. The chicken gizzards and the heart and everything. Old school immigrant kid at heart. You need to eat everything off before the moms drop. So that's what my grandparents taught my dad. And growing up, seeing that stuff stewing in a pot, when it came to time to eat meat, it was like, kill this thing 3 times over.
Yeah, I hear you. I am not a eat it still moving kind of guy, but I am also not the give me this. I can't do the well done steak. And like I said, if you hadn't opened the show the way you did, I would still be berating you about the steak more.
You'd be on me. Okay.
Yeah,
you could be on me. I don't care. Look, I've recovered. I'm recovering. My life has changed dramatically, but that doesn't mean my steak will.
Are you a steak sauce guy? Are you a seasoning guy? Or are you just like, you don't put ketchup on the steak, do you?
I'm not from Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Sure. I mean,
okay, like Jared the Dark Jedi. I'm not from Pittsburgh. Ketchup, Heinz goes on everything. No, I'll do some A1 sauce, or as Linda McMahon thinks, it's AI sauce.
Right, AI sauce.
But I like it. I know this seems. I like it if it's juicy enough and well done. Maybe you don't have that. I don't need a lot on it. Maybe a little horseradish to dip it. Yeah. Wake up the sinuses.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. I'll do A1 if it's not the most flavorful steak. If you're not working with much, but I try to appreciate the juices.
As a kid, when my dad first introduced A1 to my life, it was sold as a ketchup cousin, right? Okay. And so when you're a kid, you're like, "Ooh, I love ketchup." And then the A1 came around. I was like, well, this ain't it. I've been lied to. An authority figure I trust has lied to me. This is not ketchup. This is something tangy and weird. So I stayed away from A1 sauce for a long time, but I like it now. Don't have it in the house, but I like it.
Yeah, A1 got me through a lot of dining hall burgers in college. Just absolute cafeteria slap. Okay, throw some A1 on it. Makes it edible.
Yeah, it's a faux class, faux classy thing I like. Jared's denying that anyone from Pittsburgh puts ketchup on steak. Josh McCougar from Pittsburgh. My roommate of 7 years from Pittsburgh. Them and everyone in their families. Ketchup on steak. Ketchup on everything. Something's wrong in that town. Too. Yeah. Oh, I love Heinz. Give me some steak fries and some ketchup. There's just something wrong with that city. Too many bridges, too many rivers, too much ketchup.
Too many bridges. Yeah, you're right. Too many damn bridges.
Tonight, the big news. Love pissing people off today. I'm transferring my rage. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, Steve. Transferring my rage today. Plus, I poured myself a stiff rum and punch drink.
There you go.
If I have to see one more goddamn person try to explain to me what The Last Jedi was about because it's their favorite Star Wars movie, yet they think it's about destroying the past and killing legacy characters and that characters are no one. If I have to hear that one more time on social media, Steve, I'm hunting people down like Jay and Silent Bob do in the end credits of that movie.
I love Jay and Silent Bob. It's okay, Ken. You're in a safe place. This is your show. So anyone who does criticize you here, you can just ban them or say horrible, terrible things, and you'll hear them at least mostly. So yeah, and I continue to put my glasses on and not be able to see anything. So I'm just
you keep fogging up.
It's hot.
Tabasco,
man.
Tabasco. Scotty J. Rowe. Well, of course, J. Rowe. He's down there in Louisiana, and he's putting Tabasco on shit.
I'll put Tabasco on everything, but not steak.
If I have to hear one more goddamn person say that Dave Filoni plays with his action figures, I'm gonna put a bottle of A1 sauce down their throat and kill them slowly with my song. It's
as you think of these, just pepper them in throughout the rest of the night, okay? Because I want to know what nerves not to touch.
If I have to hear one more time. And then I turned to my girlfriend during episode 8 of Andor and said, I can't believe this is Star Wars. It's done with such humanity and dignity and poignancy. I'm going to turn into Cyril Karn. It's just getting me. I can't take it this week.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't have any takes in the last 3 episodes. I haven't seen them yet, so.
I won't spoil it.
For
the episodes 8 and 9 are wonderful. Episode 7, let's be honest, folks. It's exposition. It's okay. It's okay. The other one's great. Bail money. That's not enough, Jared. The big news tonight, and we're going to get to calls. We got the Blather bracket. The big news, Steve. We got a winner in the Blather bracket. We're not announcing it, but we got a winner.
We have a winner to announce tonight. I'm so excited to talk about this. It's been a long road to this moment. And we'll reveal the winner tonight.
We'll get to it. We got calls. No 60 seconds of science tonight. Addie is in here, but I saw she has to pop on out. I don't know if Jared. We might punt. GOT. If I have to hear one more person say that Dan and Dave rushed through Game of Thrones to get to Star Wars, I'm going to scream at Jared as if it was him saying it.
I knew that's what you were going to. I knew that's the one you were doing. All right.
Like, that's a fucking thing. Like, Benioff and Weiss are like, let's wrap this up. Star Wars is waiting. Do you all understand this goddamn town we're in? Kathy Kennedy didn't know they had the Netflix deal, people. She didn't know it. It was a surprise.
But people said it on Twitter, Ken.
They said it on Twitter. Works. I know people that work with Kathleen Kennedy. I know this shit. I'm just letting it all out tonight. I'm letting it all out tonight. Big news tonight, Steve. You are staying put. You're not moving to the Vatican. We got ourselves a pope.
We got ourselves
a pope. So, home run. Robert Prevost, an American-born pope, but he has spent only 1/3 of his life. He's 69 years of age. Only 1/3 of his life in this great country of ours. He is from Chicago. He does enjoy the Cubs, so all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Proof there, but grace and forgiveness for him. Elected as the first American pope, which is saying something.
Yeah.
Because popes, we got 267 or 66 of these before this guy. And he took the name Leo the 14th. Do you know the significance of that, Steve?
That is a significant pope name. Leo the Great is considered one of the goat popes.
Yes.
If not one of the goats, just from the one of the OG popes. I mean, obviously the OGs are really up there, but Leo the Great was one of the good ones, as they call them. As that's relative speaking with the Catholic Church. I can say that because I'm Catholic, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, Leo the Great, is that 13? Is that the number I'm talking about?
I believe 13 was the one from the early 1900s. He's kind of the one that moved he was like the one who was like very pro worker and Leo worker and poor. Yeah, he was, because it was like the labor revolutions of the turn of the century, all that. He was very pro that.
Vermont Mike, Leo 13 sounds like some sort of gang Trump's afraid of there, but yes, that's the significance. We got ourselves.
Check this pope for tattoos.
We got to check him for Photoshop. This pope is, I'll say, woke adjacent. He's woke adjacent. He also he retweeted. So I saw something today. Retweeted something in support of honoring the memory of George Floyd murdered at the hands of Derek Chauvin, and Laura Loomer. So many righties, they got to be shaken in their boots. But yeah, the connection saying I'm going to pick up where Leo the 13th, and also he was like the number 2 to Francis. I like it. I like it, Steve. I wanted you. I know we ran the odds. Prevost wasn't even on the board, was he?
He not on the one we were looking at, like odds wise. But
Right.
I thought we ran a pretty good campaign, Ken. I thought we put out a solid platform. We were honest and transparent with the people. But I think if it can't be me, I think we got a pretty good pick. So.
That's good. You know what? That's very Jesus-like of you.
Yeah, I
Steve.
try.
Steve, it's very yeah. Jesus said, he did take this cup from me, and God was like, nah, not today. But you said I would have run with it. I summarized that part of the Bible pretty good right there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, we did a lot of summarizing the Bible as kids, but no, you're exactly right. You just sometimes it's all about just stepping up to the plate when called upon. So
look at you,
Bobby Prevost here will do just fine.
Bobby Prevost. Larry Lesman would have voted for Steve. I feel bad for Steve tonight. Steve is because you're dealing with slightly inebriated, sad, devastated, exasperated, blathering Ken, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday. We're 17 minutes in. We got plenty of time to go, and I think you're off to a great start. And I think we got some really exciting stuff to talk about today. What do we have here, Ken?
Well, thank God for you. For those on the audio, click on over the video section, or just go to YouTube and look up the Blathering Backstage or at Blathering Backstage. We've just started this. Only 9 subscribers. I'd love to get more for this. This is our new spot for clips, additional, dare I say, content. And thank God Steve exists, because this wouldn't happen without him. And we got a couple clips up from last Thursday's show. So head on over there, subscribe. You're going to want to be there as we help build all this out there. Jared saying, drop the link. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
I can get on that.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve, I can get on that. Well, like we said, we don't do pre-production meetings around here, folks. Everything you're seeing is 100% genuine. So I had no idea Ken was going to be like, oh, hey, let's plug the YouTube channel, like the new YouTube. This is when we're going to do. So, but now I got it. We do things on the fly. We're multifaceted around here.
Let me tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why. I got the dream job at Collider. I left Screen Junkies. In what was, something that had been worked on secretly for a couple months. It was like they were trying to get me out of there. Like I'd just given a speech to the Imperial Senate. And I go over there. First week at Collider was a dream job. Mark Ellis and I played catch, baseball gloves, catch in the backyard, in the back alley. Went to Islands, Wood Ranch, had a lot of fun. The second week, they said, all right, everyone's got to be here for a production meeting at 9, every morning at 9. And my life never recovered from there, Steve. It's 2025. That was 2016. My life has not recovered from being forced to be at work at 9 a.m. for a pre-production meeting on a goddamn YouTube show. They just talk about movies. Every show is the same. Hey, what do you think about those box office numbers? No one fucking knows. We're all fucking around. Glad we're not in an office job.
I mean, hey, for those of us that were watching those movie talks, we were like, hey, that's pretty awesome. I'm glad for those guys that they're not in an office job. That's pretty sweet. So you had that.
They made me sit on the set for the Oscar special in 2017. I hadn't seen one goddamn movie, but it was my job. So they made me sit there. And I remember, hey, Ken, you're going in after this award. I don't even remember the award. And I just sat there on the live show just going, hey, I tell you what, this is a big win for insert name. A lot of thought, this is it. Your career goes from here, man. This is it. You're joining a pantheon of experts and greats. Like I just lied all the way through it.
It's like all those guys pretending, like on ESPN and everything, pretending when they watch the after-school sports NCAA tournament in March that they know everything about, the shooting guard from the Little Sisters of the Poor. It's the exact same thing. They haven't watched any of those games. They just know that they're going to get killed against Duke, so they just keep saying the same thing over and over again. Everything's the same. We're all just playing the game here, baby. We're all just playing notes.
Mel Kiper doesn't go to like some of the big college workouts. Mel Kiper doesn't leave his goddamn office. He just sits there with his giant head and hair, making up Johnny Manziel's the number one pick, and no team should pass on him. Like he doesn't even know what the players look like in person. Steve, do you want to take some calls? Do you want to quit the show tonight?
Absolutely. No, why? Why do you? What is going on?
I have been feeding squirrels in my backyard.
Have you named any of them?
Squirrely is the first one because he's a little squirrely.
Okay, hold on.
Do you get it?
Hold on. Really? This is squirrely. That's all we got. You couldn't.
You're
going to spend time with the squirrel. You're going to earn his trust in the best. All right, go ahead.
Let me say this. I haven't learned his name yet, Steve. I'm waiting for him to tell me.
Okay.
Because I try to communicate through clicks and noises with the squirrels.
You're the predator monster? Okay.
Yeah. And so what happened is about 4 or 5 days ago, the person that no longer lives in this house started feeding the squirrels. And I love squirrels. And our backyard has squirrels. But by the second day, this one squirrel, we'd wake up in the morning and he'd be on the table literally looking into our house, Steve. Literally, he's just on the table. So I rushed out and I got a ton I got peanuts, sunflower seeds, almonds, and dried strawberries. Turned out the internet lied. They don't like dried strawberries. Okay. And it's only been like 3 days. Today, I fed one by hand, Steve. I fed one by goddamn hand.
Like the food was here and the food was in your open hand and the squirrel came up and grabbed it out of your hand.
I held a peanut out and I was like, "Here's Squirrely."
That's what that means. Okay, yeah.
And he stopped. If I'm lying, I'm dying. He stopped, turned around, looked me in the eye, and walked over and slowly took it. And he took the peanut from me.
Cooper Wilcox in the chat is absolutely right. You are now officially a Disney princess.
Cooper, please write me a song to sing. Every day I wake up and the squirrely is staring at me. It's what I do every day now. They're the only friends I have right now. And it's comforting, Steve. Just let me have these 3 squirrel friends.
You have friends that are watching here now, and we're going to take calls here who are friends who want to talk to you, Ken.
Yeah.
You like the video, folks. Show Ken that you do like Ken. You want to give him that love. Show the love.
Hey, 30 viewers, 29 likes. I love it. And I see some super chats that I appreciate it. Billy Business is here. I can't wait. Billy Business is going to come over to my
made for Squirrel Talk.
Billy's going to come over to my house, and I'm going to be, Billy, would you like to feed the squirrels? He's going to be like, did I make a mistake coming here? No, just do this. You'll feed them.
We're going to have a meeting in Discord pretty soon. Everyone's going to be like, all right, we need to check on Ken. Like, dude, we can have like...
No, you stay away from my squirrels. They're my friends. And there's 3 squirrels. One of them.
Oh, there's 3. Okay.
There's 3. One of them, he got there first. I could tell because he's a little heavier now. Okay. And today I gave him about 3 peanut shells, peanuts later in the day after breakfast because I fed him breakfast too. Okay. And he's burying them in our yard in my patio. And I watched him. That's the reason I was late to get into the studio tonight, Steve. I was watching Squirrely bury the peanuts I just gave him.
So is he like starting a rainy day fund, or do you think he's like, do you think there's a chance that Squirrely is taking your peanuts and then he's like scalping your peanuts for like 30 chestnuts? He's like, hey, he goes up to Earl up in the tree. He's like, hey, I have, these are salted peanuts. You're not getting these out of the tree, man. Like this idiot over here gives me salted peanuts in the morning. So, and look, years ago, my old roommate and I, who's from Pittsburgh and used to put ketchup on goddamn everything, Jared. We had a squirrel that we actually built a bridge from a tree into our apartment. We named him Chubby. And every morning my roommate would come out and he'd tap the peanut. And the squirrel would come from another apartment complex, get on the wire and go into the tree and come into our goddamn apartment, Steve. You think I'm lying? I'm not. I'm going to do that with these ones. I don't think you're lying. Based on the last 5 minutes of your squirrel experience that you've given me, that's all I've got. So based on that, I'm going to assume that that is true. But okay, last question on the squirrels. How do you tell the three apart? What are their distinctive features?
One is thinner.
Okay.
One is a little clueless. Might be the dumb one in the bunch. He was trying to fight with the other one. And the other one, the ringleader, he's a little more round because the dude's been eating, or I haven't got a good look yet. It's been eating good in the neighborhood. And I can tell it's like got a little belly, and it's like, and it turned to me. I came out of my garage the other day and I hear a thunk, and on my neighbor's like roof, he's there and he's looking at me. And I swear to God, Steve, sorry for the audio listeners, he looks at me and then he looks at the table and he looks back at me. And he's like, "You're the guy that does it, huh?"
I'm now just imagining these three squirrels as the hyena trio in The Lion King. Like that's what I now. That's my visual.
Oh, they're singing songs. They're singing. Yeah, they're singing songs. Before we get to
his leg. All right.
The blather bracket, should we take a couple calls? I feel we should take a couple calls.
Producer Steve has to get a beer, so let's take a call.
Okay.
Who's on the call, and I'm going to go get a beer.
Okay. First up is Jared the Type Pilot. We got a couple of Jareds tonight lined up here. Jared the Type Pilot. No Game of Thrones tonight. It wouldn't go well. It wouldn't go well, Jared, tonight. It wouldn't go well. I know you probably prepared something, but I'd be like, watch season 3 with Danny and John, and you'll see where the show's going to end, you dorks. Like, all right. Anyways, hi, Jared. How are you? What's on your mind?
Hi, Ken. We love you, Ken. Just
thank you.
You know.
Okay.
All right. Tell you what, then. Let's talk about some.
Yeah.
We'll go music. Music.
Okay.
Yes. Let us go music.
Okay. The answer is Sporty Spice with the lights on. Okay.
Oh God. And I'm broke. And
there you go.
All right. I mean, you're not wrong. You. Oh God. I don't even know, bro. How you doing? You know,
I'm not good.
I know. I notice. You know,
I'm not good. But what's your question? What's your music question?
God. Tell you what was a surprise hit from your radio days, from your DJing days? Something that you played, you're like, this will be off in the program in a few days, and then all of a sudden it's annoying the ever-loving crap out of you.
Well, okay. Well, annoying.
Well,
or I liked it.
Either or. It's just, like I said, just something that you didn't expect.
Yeah, there was a song. I'm looking up the exact release date. 1995 by a band called the Bogmen. Bogmen. And it was a 6.5-minute song from their album Life Begins at 40 Million called Suddenly. And it had a sketch in the beginning with like that couple just broke it up, and like he's calling her, maybe kind of even harassing her, like stupid dudes do. And I was like, there's no way a 6.5-minute song that includes an audio sketch is gonna work. And while I don't think it got into a national scene, like it's maybe only a few people know it if they're around in the 90s, it was played every day, every week, every month for about an entire year in our station. And I still love the song. And I got to see them play live. Got to see them open up for Bare Naked Ladies, actually. And I love it. But the first time I heard it, I was like, there's just no way. This is gone by the weekend. And it stayed. It had a long run.
No. How would one do the sketch part live? Did they just...
They did it, yeah, because it was the lead singer.
Okay.
And he was maybe playing both characters. And I don't know if it even stayed. He was, the ex-girlfriend and himself. Like, it's nothing offensive, but it just, I don't know how it plays now. But I don't know what the kids are doing these days. But we got a new pope. Anything can happen. Right. But yeah, they were great. And it was a great band, the Bogman. PLD knows, of course, because PLD and I pretty much bored in the same hour. So it would make sense if PLD remembered this 1995 band.
Sounds about right. It's fun getting old.
It's not. It's not really.
No.
It's not.
No,
It's
it
not. It's not.
Oh,
All right,
God.
Jared.
All right.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So
We-
I'm not
we
on the
appreciate you.
I'm not on the air Saturday. I have to go home to my mom and dad to kind of recover from some stuff in my life. So I'll be back Monday. Maybe if you're back, we'll do some GOT. If not, next Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll let the wind decide.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. How's Concept of a Plan? How's that band doing?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. We just put out on the old TikToks and Instagrams we learned, what was it, Journeys Any Way You Want It, and we did our version of that.
You punked
So
it up?
Oh yeah. So you can find that on the Instagram, the concept of a plan.ma. I'll write it out in the chatty things. But yeah.
Cool.
So adding 80s, getting there.
Getting there indeed. I love it. That's what you do as a punk band. Cover something you don't expect the punks to do.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you.
You got it, brother. Stay safe.
Jared the Typeholic calling in. I ran out of my drink. Steve, there's no one else in my house anymore, so I can't get my drink refilled. But Jen Miro lives in my town. Jen, if you come over, I'll give you the door code. Could you come in and refill my drink? No? Okay.
That's like asking a lot, but I mean, a good friend would do that.
We're best, like Miro and I are like best friends. She come on, Miro. Come on. Hey, look, it's even in a smokehouse tumbler. All right. One more call. One more call. Steve, I'm in a mood tonight. I told you. I warned you. I felt I warned you.
You're powering through, man. We're doing great. I mean, look at me. Look at my eyes. I can't even.
You're
see
fogging
anything.
up. You're sweating
I'm
up. You're
fogging
like
up
me
still.
on a comedy stage. I love it.
I can't see anything. So it's either this or not see. So we'll see. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know.
Maybe we'll get better. All right. I'm so curious. I might have pissed this man off. Hold on. Is it an earthquake or a truck just drove? I think it's a truck. Okay. Jared the Dark Jedi is on the show. From the town of many bridges, denies the use of ketchup on steak.
Listen, I believe it. I just, outside of my brother, who puts ketchup on literally everything, I've watched this man put ketchup on Chinese food. I've not witnessed the
Okay, you know what?
the ketchup on steak outside of him. Outside of him, he's not a good baseline.
I concede. If you're in Pittsburgh putting ketchup on Chinese food, you've reached a new level that we should all just bow down to.
Yeah, I don't. We don't make fun of him for it. We joke. We were like, man, this man would put ketchup on ice cream if we wouldn't shame him too much for it. I don't. He wouldn't. I will say, I don't help the stereotype because I love a good ketchup flavored potato chip.
Well, that's okay. I have.
Those are fun. I mixed up last year with a good ketchup and mustard chips. I found them both and I put them in a bowl together. Cooper is taking the piss out of me. I am a buttermilk drinker by trade.
Buttermilk by trade. What are you? You're the village buttermilk drinker?
Yes, I am. Wherever I go.
Okay.
And I once put in a Discord server I am in with Cooper and a number of friends that I love a nice tangy glass of buttermilk with some nice garlicky spaghetti. And I accidentally convinced a mutual friend of Cooper and I's that was a Pittsburgh thing. And that mutual friend had a work meeting with people from Pittsburgh and was like, you want to get some spaghetti and buttermilk? And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
What are you doing?
And accidentally gaslit her into that.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff. My friend's dad, Matt Key's father, convinced him and his brother that there was a actual thing called the birthday cow, much like Santa Claus. And so Matt went to school one day and asked a friend, "What did the birthday cow bring you for your birthday?" And everyone in the class was like, "The hell you talking about,
so
kid?"
Fucking funny.
That can't be real.
100% real. 100%
God.
real. I will get Matt Key on the
amazing.
show. And
That's
eventually it became a character in one of our animated pitches where we had a character called the birthday cow. Like it was great, but it was that. So Jared, I appreciate that story there.
I love the birthday cow. I'm gonna spread that like a contagion.
Mm-hmm. I'm not Michael McCarthy. I am I'm not lying. I will get Matt Key on the show. Jen Miro knows.
How old?
Jen Miro. How old is Matt Key? He's like my age. He's like 3-4 years.
No.
younger.
I mean, how old was the birthday cat? Like, when did this happen?
Oh, like 7 when he was like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay.
Yeah,
reasonable time to believe in the
That's
birthday cow.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you go, so if Miro, are you still in chat? I know you got to go to your Wednesday night dinner. Miro helped develop our show. It was me, Matt Key, Matt Mercer, and our friend Jack Conway. We had this show called Magical Creature Zoo that's still technically in development. And one of the characters was Birthday Cow was based on this. And then Matt's wife, Brittany Wallach, like started dressing up as the Birthday Cow at parties, and like the entire friend group adopted it. It's real now. Now the Birthday Cow is real.
As I've said on here before, my girlfriend and I have been like addicted to Baldur's Gate, and Matt Mercer's in it. So all I can hear is the voice he does as Minsk in Baldur's Gate. Yeah, which is a very like hero of Baldur's Gate kind of voice.
That's how I hear the Birthday Cow now. I'm gonna get Key on next week. I'm gonna get Key on next week, and we're gonna talk about the Birthday Cow. Anyways, catch up Chinese food. Birthday Cow. Do got the Blather bracket finals coming up, Jared, but I want to take your question. What do you got?
So, Ken, you are understandably in kind of like a crash out kind of mood, and sometimes the only way out is through. And on the topic of Star Wars stuff, because I relate to that, what you were saying so much about the Last Jedi stuff, I have to ask you, what is the Star Wars misconception that drives you the most insane? Not necessarily to do with like the meaning of the story, but more like nerd shit. For me, like to kind of give an example, for me, it is this bizarre interpretation of Mace Windu allegedly using the dark side and how he taps into the dark side and that's where he gets his power, and this whole bizarre idea that he's like on the line of light and dark that mostly just boils down to the fact that red and blue make purple. Like just this weird like fan-in character assassination of one of my goats, Mace Windu. What is your like Mace Windu uses the dark side level? Like, every time I hear somebody say this, I want to hit them in the head with a thick book and then explain to them why they're wrong.
I mean, currently it's the fact that some people think Clea might actually be Leia. That's a different ball of wax. It's a little it might be a little bit around. I don't know. That's a great example. Great question. You caught me off guard a little bit here. I'm trying to think of an actual honest answer where I just put down my drink and go, that ain't it, man. But
I've got an answer while you're thinking, and I can vamp. Jared, great to talk to you. Mine, I think, is the Gray Jedi thing, and this was mentioned in chat. I think Will McLean mentioned it. Mine's the Gray Jedi.
That's a big one too, because it almost caused me getting into fistfights at Collider.
To me, like I when people are so adamant about like George meant this, George meant that. I'm just like, did you talk to him? Did he tell you that? Like, is that really what you're reading into much? I know you could say that for like a million different things, but the Gray Jedi thing to me, people point at Qui-Gon, people point at this guy, people point at that guy. I'm just like, sorry, man, that's not. It's not my bag.
It's not a thing. It is not a thing. It is not a thing in Star Wars. There are conflicted Jedi.
It flies in the face of George. It flies in the face of George.
They're conflicted Jedi. There's Jedi that leave. There's Jedi that go bad. But it's the whole thing that pulled the plug out of the Trevorrow film was the idea that to find true balance, you touch your anger to go to defeat things, and it is philosophically incorrect. And that was one of the butting head things they had going on with him in that script. So that's a great one. There's a little thing. Cooper says it here. I just saw Rise of Skywalker at the Academy Museum. It's my favorite of the sequel films to watch. It's maybe not the best one of the sequel era, but it's my favorite one to watch. Somehow Palpatine returns, not a bad line. We talk about this for Center all the time. It is not an exposition line. God, yeah. It is not an exposition line. It's not the greatest Star Wars line. It is clunky, and yes, it does make you wonder, well, what the hell happened? But it is not exposition. It is Poe. Joseph Scrimshaw just talked about this last week. It is Poe going, holy fuck, somehow he returned. Like he doesn't know. Like he doesn't even. He's like, I don't know how. It's God damn it, right? It's an exasperation. It's frustration, fear.
Yeah.
It is not the movie tries to answer it with that line, and that one drives me.
And it's also immediately followed up by Beaumont Kin going,
Explain it.
Oh, he used like a cocktail of science and magic that we don't fully get, but like somehow this happened. It's like when the next shoe drops. Oh, might as well. I 100% agree on the Palpatine thing. The Great Jedi thing, especially.
Yeah, is it somewhat all clunky? Is it everything? It is. It is. I get it. Like I get it. Like, but like it's just it's those little things. It's those little things along the way. A lot of things that become memed. I get why they become memed and they become things. I hate sand. I got it. But like that scene is so much the crux of the differences between Padme and Anakin's perspectives and upbringings in life. It's an important scene. It has a clunky, obtuse, weird, awkward line. I get it, but it's one of those things. Man, I should have grabbed another drink.
Absolutely.
There you go. Good question.
And if I may, real quick before I go, because one of the other Jareds. Thank you very much.
Jared the TIE pilot.
One of the other Jareds is saying, "I don't like Grey Jedi." Says the Dark Jedi.
Because you chose.
I wasn't sure if that was Jared the TIE pilot. I have chosen. First of all, it sounds cool and sounds way cooler than Grey Jedi. Second of all, people have a hard time saying Bachman Stubbs on the first go around, so I give him a mulligan with a nickname. Third, Dark Jedi is a thing. That is a dark side force user who is not explicitly aligned with any of the other dark side religions, and more often than not is a fallen Jedi. The Grey Jedi fully needs you to throw any concept of how the force works out of the window to saddle both the dark and the light simultaneously, which you cannot do. So that is why I think Dark Jedi is valid and Grey Jedi is, like I said, flies in the face of George Lucas and how he designed the force as a system of magic.
I will say you sound like a Wiccan trying to explain the differences between different sects of Wiccans. And I like it. And I'm here for it. All right. Jared, I appreciate it. Why don't you do me a favor?
Thank you for having me, and I hope your week improves, my friend.
Hope my life improves. Do me a favor, though. This weekend, why don't you toss some Heinz on a steak, okay? All right. Oop, sorry, I cut you off. I think there was a delay coming on. I also might be having some internet problems tonight. I don't know what's going on. How you doing?
We're powering through. Okay, no, I heard sex and Wiccans and got excited, and then I realized context was like sex, like SECTS of Wiccans, and I was like, oh, that's a lot less.
It's on your brain. It's on your brain tonight because I said that Sporty Spice thing. I get it.
You're not wrong.
All right, we did. Hold on, let me scratch off. We did that. We did the Pope chat. We did the Blather backstage.
Man, can I just say about Pope chat really quick?
Pope chat.
I'm glad that the Catholic Church and God has appointed a leader of the church and all that kind of jazz. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm bummed that it took it only took him like 18 hours, whatever, to do it, or 24 hours to do it. I had so many Pope bits, Ken. I had like a background. I was going to report live from the Vatican, like behind me. Like all sorts. I had so many Pope bits. Like I had so many good things we were going to do, like Pope Watch, like all this. And they picked the guy in 24 hours.
I was surprised, man. We were getting ready to record our Force Center Andor review. The video is still exporting, one of our longest videos yet. And I saw that they did it already. I was surprised. But that would have been great. Pope bits would have been great. We would have had a late night television program in our hands right there.
We were this close to greatness, Ken.
We were this close to greatness. I want to thank everyone for hitting my Super Goal chat tonight. Jared says bail money, like we said earlier. 8984M, who I saw last Sunday at the Academy Museum. Congrats to Pope Bob from the South Side. Kyle Harlow, I bless thee in the name of the Father, the Son, and an order of garlic cheese fries, my friend. Prayers. That's good. I like that. That's a reference to Saturday Night Live, Steve. Sean McCabe checking in. Hey, Blather, and love y'all. Well, Sean, thank you. Dave Matthews Band all day long. All right, now then he lost me there. No, I'm kidding. I don't have heat. I don't have heat with Dave Matthews Band. I don't.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. It doesn't come often.
I get it. All right. For what seems like 64 wonderful weeks, but not so much, but about about 2 months here. Going back to March, we had our own March Madness tournament. We had the Blather bracket, the first ever of its kind, 64 movie scenes from 4 different regions, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and the MCU. We whittled it down week by week to 2 final scenes, Steve, and we have a winner. Oh, here we go. What do you think about this? What were the 2 final scenes? What did you think going in? Take me to it.
Our 2 final scenes were I'm a Jedi like my father before me from Return of the Jedi, and that was up against You Bow to No One from Return of the King from the Lord of the Rings. That was our final matchup. The MCU and Star Trek were both knocked out in the final 4. But yes, like you said, 64 scenes. Thank you to everyone who has voted along the way. We received hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of votes for this, Ken. And it was not just, I made it easy so folks didn't have to do a bunch of stuff to sign in or anything. But I checked the voting to make sure we were legit and things were nothing was fishy was going on. And I can certify the results of this election 100% from producer Steve.
You were almost the Pope. We could trust you.
Close. We were this close to greatness, Ken.
Keep vamping. Yeah. I just realized I had the wrong video file loaded in.
Oh no, you do you, and don't forget to loop it. And we've got an
Shut
awesome
up, Steve.
we have an awesome matchup. Seeding this was so much fun. The upsets that happened along the way was amazing to see. Every time we brought up bracket talk on the show and brought up the graphics, people just got so passionate about what they wanted to see, what scenes they liked. Why was this such a high seed? Why was this such a low seed? I think it was either Detective McCarcel or someone in the chat was just flaming me for having I Am Iron Man even just in there. I don't know, maybe it was Cameron Stewart. Someone. I love it. I love to see it. People reaching out on Blue Sky about things. It's been so much fun. So 6 weeks. 6 weeks has led to this moment.
6 weeks, and we're going to do it again next year, but also along the way, we'll have some mini Blather brackets. But here, revealing absolutely time. Here it is to reveal the winner of the first ever Blather bracket here in the Blathering Live. Wow. The Blather bracket champion. You Bow to No One, Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King. Steve, do we have numbers on this?
We do. We have numbers on this, and I would like to say it was close, but it really wasn't. The Lord of the Rings kind of. For something like this, this was our highest voted on series for the tournament. We had more votes for the finals than anything else, and at the end of the day, Lord of the Rings took the vote 61% to 38.4.
Wow.
So it was 61.6 to 38.4. So it wasn't like super close. Like there was a lot of votes. There was a lot of votes, but Lord of the Rings took it.
So that's telling that a lot of votes, perhaps maybe outside agitators, maybe people coming on in here who aren't in here weekly, and which we love. Look at this. A lot of people happy, a lot of people upset. David McKay says the fix is in. Michael McCarcel is generally surprised. Cameron Stewart is going to jump off a pier because he says he failed. His campaign failed. Into exile he must go. LQ just says, dang. Samwise don't miss, says Jared the TIE Pilot. So this, to me, that's a success. This is success of a tournament, but it is a little bit, to me, a shocking victory, Steve, not for the scene. I love the scene. I get what one. I thought I just assumed I naturally pull in a Star Wars audience because of the other stuff I do, that I thought that it would lean that way. I was wrong, Steve. Happy to be, but wrong.
I had the same assumptions, and I was happy to see that the engagement was what it was. You're absolutely right. I think Star Wars was definitely the favorite. Star Wars was playing the home game here at the final, but at the end of the day, I think the weight of that scene, I think the timeliness of that scene, I think they happen at different moments of each story. The Lord of the Rings, that's more of like an end to it, whereas that moment in Star Wars is really just a pivotal moment in the Skywalker saga. And so I think that might have played a little bit to the Lord of the Rings strength there. But yeah, given the demo, definitely an upset.
an upset, but I get it. Look, on Tuesday when I needed to pick me up, I put in Fellowship of the Rings. Right,
Okay.
I just needed to feel some sort of hope in the darkness, and I turned to that. So I think from that point of view, I love that Star Wars scene. It might be my favorite Star Wars scene of all time, but I get it, and we have to accept the results here. We accept the results around these parts. We're not going to storm the Blather Bracket Capitol building.
No, not only because we can't. I guess that would just make the Discord go in disarray. This, I can certify these results. I looked at how these things went through. I know where we advertise things on Blue Sky, but they were, I don't have a bazillion followers, so we don't have to worry about that. But it was good. It was a lot of fun. People were talking about it all week. In Discord and stuff. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody who engaged and had so much fun with it. It was awesome. This was so much fun to do. I loved doing all the graphics and everything. It was great. Looking at how it all shook out.
I love it. I'm going to try, if I get some time, I'm going to try to string together all the episodes in which we discussed it and release it on the Blathering Backstage, just to kind of show everyone what we did here and have some fun with it. So, Steve, I cannot thank you enough. Publicly I have, but I'll do it again. Bears repeating. This doesn't happen without you. It's not only an idea you had, but it's an idea you saw to completion. So I really, really appreciate that, and I think the audience does as well. Even if they don't like the results or don't like the results along the way, Jared, the TIE pilot, still probably thinks some line where Spock goes, let me think about it, is like better than this. But this was a success.
That is what is it? I love democracy, Ken.
I love democracy. Cameron Stewart says, thank you, Steve, our Pope.
You guys are awesome.
That is not the end of the show, but it's kind of all we had planned tonight. Now it's open forum here. If you got a question, I'm in a mood tonight, so maybe it's your night to ask away. Though Steve's job might be to pull me away from the microphone when he needs to.
No, I'm kidding. You're gonna be fine. I'm not worried about you at all, Ken.
But if you want to call in, YouTube channel members get to call in. Thanks to James Holmes at the beginning of the show. Couldn't stay tonight, late over there in the UK, but he gifted 5 memberships. If you're one of them, want to call in for the first time, links in the community tab. Or you can become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Ken Napzok, and you will get to be able to call in and you get some other stuff as well, including my show, Pop Rockin' Radio, though no new one this weekend. I will take care of a little bit of business. If you're local, big show Friday, May 30th at Flappers Comedy Club. Another edition of Ken Napzok's Hot Burbank Nights. Hey, that's me. 7:30 show on a Friday night. We're going to have a great time. It is me and Mark Ellis co-headlining. And we're going to, after this, do a Q&A, but I like to have fun with it. It's a comedy press conference. Think of like comics after a sporting event, sitting down in front of the press for sort of a press scrum. So come on out if you're local. Would love to see you. The ticket link, it's live, but not on the website. So I'm working on that, and then it's on my website. So go to kennapzok.com. But apparently I've learned if you're on Google, you can't access my website, only on Safari. Oh, Steve, it's a thing. I got to call someone. I got to call a tech support person, and it's driving me crazy.
That doesn't sound fun. Jared had a good question in the chat there. What the hell is on the mic you're holding in that picture? What is going on with your microphone?
What am I holding?
I don't mean to put you on the spot. Go back. Yeah, what's going on there?
Oh,
what do we got? For the audio audience, there's like a bunch of red stuff. It looks like Ken's microphone looks like a flower.
Yes, it does. It was at a bar show where they normally do karaoke. That photo was taken. And I think they had different color mics maybe to make sure they could differentiate and maybe no one could steal them. Okay. But it wasn't like a traditional comedy club. Gotcha. So that might be that might be it.
Fair enough.
No.
All right.
Yeah. But thank you for making me self-conscious about my mic stick.
No, that's what we do here. I'm just a producer, Ken.
Oh, there you go. Dave McKay says, I believe it is a microphone. Cinder got a gift membership. Awesome. Cinder, call in. Anyone want to call in tonight in the time we have remaining? Steve, any questions that you see out there that we should answer? Any pressing, important questions other than the microphone? Rads is celebrating. Jen was here. So Jen, she's got to leave in 5 minutes. We got the birthday cow. Tell everyone the birthday cow is real. I think they believe me now.
The birthday. I want to see. Yeah, I would love to see a picture of this birthday cow.
I'll have to look it up.
I know I've got all sorts of like random like show note questions here from whenever we need to do fill times like this. But one thing I do just want to say here, like we're just like plugging stuff, is especially again, subscribe to the Blathering Backstage channel.
Mm-hmm.
And keep an eye on that, especially again, support Ken and on Patreon, so you get that sweet Discord access. We're having fun in the Discord all the time. If you're not in there, you're missing out.
It's bringing to life. I love it.
We're bringing the Discord to life, Ken. It's happening. The Discord's gonna get popping.
Mm-hmm.
And so whether it's on the Blathering Backstage or elsewhere, keep an eye on the Discord. Keep an eye on Blathering Backstage. You might see a pop-up secret producer Steve stream here, especially over the weekend. Ken won't be here Saturday, so we might keep the Blathering love going this weekend with a producer Steve stream. We don't know what it's going to be. I want to. It's producer behind the scenes, backstage. You get a let's hang out, right? So we'll find out what it is. It's a secret. It's a exclusive club, but you can join it by just wanting to be there. So it's not actually that exclusive, but we just want to say that to make it sound cool.
I love that. So, we're ready for that. I appreciate you doing that. Also, narcolepsy is correct. The website issue is SSL related, or the website bindings need to be tied to yes, actually, that's literally the problem. So someone fix it. All right. So I don't know if anyone can see this here. I'm gonna try to,
wow.
Where's that
technology?
Thing? Okay, you got to kind of do.
Ken, what do you want me to show you, and I will pull it up on my producer screen. Like, what? Just tell me what you want.
It's Brittany dressed as the birthday cow.
Okay, yeah. No,
but I'm trying to do the thing where the screen is a little.
No, so you just in that scenario, you need to send that to me on. Oh, that's better.
Okay. So that's Brittany saying the birthday cow is offered a secret mission tonight to spread her bovine birthday magic. It's real.
Nice. All right, I believe you. Bovine birthday magic is great. That's a good line.
Birthday cow is real.
Birthday cow is real. Well, see again. Can I give you one of my not dead pope takes? That sounds horrible. It's a dead take because we have a new pope.
You can do that.
One of my ideas.
Alden's here and he doesn't have a beard. Yes, please.
Alden,
please do.
Alden, you have a great not beard face. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
your
about
glass.
it.
You have such good. Alden, we haven't ever talked. I want to talk to Alden so bad. You have such amazing glasses. As another dude with big glasses, I appreciate your glasses game, Alden. Just want to say that. But Ken, one of my Pope games that we were going to play that we didn't get to because they picked one so damn fast was what would be the most 2025 way for the papal election to be announced instead of smoke? Would you prefer an exclusive Fortnite announcement, a preview trailer of the papal announcement, or a Truth Social tweet? Like what would be the best papal announcement? See, this joke isn't funny anymore because they already damn Pope.
They picked it fast.
I think Pope takes with producer Steve. I'm sorry, Alden. I know that came out wrong. You think I should? Yeah, I was a communications major. What are you gonna do?
Look, I think you nailed it right from the get-go. Your first instinct, it's like improv. Your first instinct is correct. They should have done a exclusive Fortnite reveal. Tune in. Just like you watch the first 2 episodes of Tales of the Underworld. Do you want to be confused by what they did with Ventress? Come watch that here at 10 a.m. They should have done that. The conclave has selected a pope. Tune in and then get an exclusive pope skin of the winning pope. Though that maybe it'd be a generic pope because it happened so fast. But I think that's the way to do it. And then you get the youths.
Exact. See, Ken, I was going to post this on Blue Sky, but without context, it sounds really weird to say, hey, here's a great way to get the young people back into the church. You can't just say that.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, you want to get the young people back into the church, put the stuff on Fortnite, and hey, all of a sudden,
it's smart.
Here we go. Pope Mobile and Fortnite. Yes, David McKay, you're
right.
A genius.
Pope Mobile and
Rocket
Fortnite.
League. I would buy the Pope Mobile in Rocket League today.
Lauren Romo said she'd rock the Pope skin in Fortnite, which, what a world we live in. If you had said that to me in 1987, that I would rock the Pope skin in Fortnite, I would want you off my planet. But here we go now.
To be fair, the Catholic Church in like the 1300s would have been all about monetizing the Pope skin in Rocket League and Fortnite. They would have been all over that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
time is a
okay.
flat circle.
Yeah. All right. I like this. Yeah. No. You got to freshen it up. It's the genius of dogma, right? Like I have a Buddy Christ over there on my shelf. You stop making the give the church give everyone the willies. Like you make the Pope your friend.
Yeah.
Imagine the
Yeah,
Pope just running around, just with an
With a sniper
AR.
rifle.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm the Pope, bitch. Like
Oh man, I got sniped by the Pope at the end.
I mean, look, how many times have I been eliminated in that game by Sabrina Carpenter?
Right. Yeah, same. Exactly. And every time I'm like, I roll my eyes. I'm just like, well, all right, well, good for you. I mean,
Alden's right. Prosperity Gospel was the original microtransaction system. Holy DLC.
he's so right. He's so right.
All right. Let's take a couple calls. If you're going to call into the show, become a YouTube channel member, Patreon supporter, or I can give you the link if you pay me extra money. Kidding.
Or you can bribe producer Steve for the link too. I can be bought, folks. I am
Steve has a
for
price.
sale. It's 2025. Trump is president. Producer Steve is sale, baby.
For sale. Let's check in with Sean from New York. New York. Sean McCabe's here. How you doing,
What's
Shawnee?
up, brother? All good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm not as good as someone on Long Island having an all-American cheeseburger right now, but we all can't win.
I might geographically be on the island of Long Island, but I'm still in Queens, guy. Come on.
What's the burger of choice in Queens?
The burger of choice. Are we
Yeah.
talking fast food? Or...
Let's just say I land at JFK and I take a taxi to your location and you say, let's go get a burger. Where are we going?
Probably Esquire Diner.
Esquire Diner. I love this. I'm going to look this up. And the burgers, is it an all-day, 24-hour diner? What's the story?
Yeah, you get your burger. You get corned beef and eggs if you want. Corned beef, hash, and eggs.
I don't. Okay. All right. I love this. Family owned. Do they know your name there, Sean?
Oh, geez. Probably not. I mean, the family's changed, but still a good neighborhood joint, though.
But you haven't. That's the important thing. You are. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love. That's a great answer. I love when people have this answer. This is a question I'm going to ask you all in the blathering. If it comes up, be prepared to answer. I land. Where are you taking me? And
I'm taking Esquire, man. It'll take you 15 minutes.
Love it. Sean, what is on your mind tonight, my friend?
So I'm not really quite the largest known. I don't have the largest mind for Star Wars. I'm a movie guy. The TV shows, the Dark Jedi, the Gray Jedi, completely out of my realm.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all cool, But I'm learning as I go, especially more with Andor now that this has come out. Do you think that there should be some sort of delineation between kid Star Wars and adult Star Wars?
No, because I also don't think there should be adult Star Wars too much. I'm not one of those who thinks that should happen, but we have Andor and I love Andor, and I also think it's fair to say, hey, maybe we do need to reach some of the adults who've maybe missed the point over the years of some of the bigger Star Wars stuff. But I do think it's worth it. I did have a conversation with a friend of mine who's 12-year-old son, big Star Wars fan, and I had asked after the first 3 episodes this season with the sexual assault plotline with Bix, I was like, hey, have you watched with your son yet? He said, no. I said, hey, you should know that this is happening. And maybe make the decision that's best for you and your son and your family. And he appreciated that. And they did make a decision. They didn't watch it. So it's a realistic thing. It's not just about cool adult stuff. It's about, it's about topics that might be too early for them. I hope all up-and-coming children learn about the dangers of the world and also the evils that are in it. And Star Wars does that in a grand level, but granular like this with Andor is important. But maybe. What do you think? You got families, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. With my son watching the movies now, and he's a big Clone Wars fan as well. Just the overall, the overall message of doing the right thing and being a good person. That's what I want him to get from it. Yeah. In the mud, where it gets really crappy. Yeah. You can wait until you're 17, 18 to start seeing that.
Yeah, just some realities of it. I will say one thing. The reason I have fought, and this is adjacent to your question, but it's in the topic. The reason I have fought in the past against something, the quote unquote adult Star Wars, but Steve says don't Google adult Star Wars on your work computer, is what people in my mind have meant by that, and I don't think Andor is that. I think Andor is not just violence for violence sake. It is not just the big moments for that. Ooh, we're being adults, we're being dirty, we're being gritty. I think it's with a great purpose. So I think Andor to me is different than what a lot of people have called for in the past. Ooh, wouldn't it be great to get a Darth Bane series? It's more adult themed. You just want to see violence. You just want to see violence and butts. And Star Wars doesn't necessarily need that. It needs a great purpose behind it, which Andor has.
Couldn't agree more, man. That's a great thread. Good man.
Well, good question. We answered a burger spot, and we answered.
What more could you want?
What more could you want? What could you want? All right, Sean, make an order at Esquire for me, okay?
You got it, brother. All the best to you. Producer Steve, you're the best. Love you.
Love you, Shawnee. Love you. There you go. There you go. Steve, your daughter's not of Star Wars watching age yet, but it's something you're going to cross that bridge, right?
You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned that, Ken. And I'm not going to harp here quick. So May the 4th was Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm,
so I was. I'm a proud Italian American, and we have pasta every Sunday, and that's not a stereotype. I'm Italian American. I can make that joke. But I make my own red sauce every Sunday. From just it's a 4-hour process. It's just a thing I do to honor my mommy. And me and the baby were hanging out in the kitchen, and Attack of the Clones was on because I was like, all right, it's May the 4th. Someone's got a Star Wars marathon on.
Somewhere.
What do you know? If FX
TNT.
had exactly TNT, FX, whatever. They had the marathon on, and Attack of the Clones was on while we were making sauce, and she was enamored by the Obi-Wan mullet, man. So my daughter has a full-on crush for Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's enamored. Just so flowing.
Dude, flowing. I get it. I mean, as a kid of the time, well, I was a little older for Revenge of the Sith, but I wanted Anakin Skywalker's Revenge of the Sith hair so bad in high school, and I just looked like a bad, out of shape Justin Bieber, because it just wouldn't. I didn't have the flow or anything, so.
I get it. So. When I cut my hair when it was down to my belt line, and I walked into my hairstylist with a CD booklet from Oasis's first 2 albums and said, "Make my hair like Noel Gallagher's." It looked more like I was a guy who cut his own hair with a bowl trying to look like Caesar. It didn't, it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't the picture. Cinder has a question there. Is there a link for the Hot Burbank night tickets? So Flappers does have a live link. Let me try to drop it in here. It's on my website, but like I said, some of you might not be able to access my website right now. I apologize for that. So while Steve does some wonderful vamping, I'm going to try this link that they gave me.
As always, I just want to say one more time, thank you again to everyone who participated in the Blather bracket. Again, we had 6 weeks of awesome fun. Subscribe to the new Blathering Backstage channel where you're going to see clips and shorts. Producer Steve's working on making shorts. I've never done YouTube shorts before. I'm kind of old as a millennial, and shorts kind of passed me by a while ago, Ken. So I'm trying to learn the groove and see what the kids what the hell they like with the game with all this shorts stuff, I
can get you through that a little bit. We're gonna work on that.
I appreciate that. So we're working on that. So it's kind of it's like a new not training ground, but it's a new just experimentation area for new blathering clips and new stuff. And like I said, I think we're gonna do a little secret producer stream, Steve, on Saturday.
Producer stream,
stay
Steve.
Tuned. Yeah,
producer
Steve stream. Ken, I can't see. I'm 4 beers deep. It's 9 o'clock at night. I don't know. Work was a bitch today. What are you gonna do? I can't see, man.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That's you have to finish. You have to finish the show. So I dropped the link there, Cinder. That's the show. Jay Leno is Jay Leno was in the main room the other night. I have opened for Jay at Flappers, but I'm headlining with Mark Ellis. So Mark Ellis and I doing a co-headlining tour, and then we're gonna have some questions afterwards in a comedy press conference. So the link should work there. I'm not sure why I don't know why they haven't put it publicly on their website. Yeah, that drives me crazy. That just drives me crazy. But love performing in the club. It's my home club, and come on out if you're local. We'll get those shorts done for you. Shorts are good. I like shorts. Great way to get subs. That's how you grow subs fast. But the algorithm is different. So if people sub and watch your shorts, they're not necessarily getting your other stuff fed to their algorithm. It's a diabolical plot from YouTube, but it's a valuable thing.
Well, that's what that channel is for, Ken. Like I said, it's our area for we're just gonna rapid fire Tommy gun stuff all over the place, just blathering content. Find it, like it, and you end up here on stream somewhere, and we'll have fun.
Love it. Love it. All right. I think I'm gonna go, Steve.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go. I want to thank you all for bearing with me tonight. I was not going into it, but this has been a really bad week for me. A lot of changes in my life and a lot of goodbyes, and it's been painful. But tomorrow's a new day, and today is that new day, and we'll be back up and running. I got to head out this weekend. Maybe Steve's going to have that producer stream Steve.
Producer stream Steve, and my sister-in-law is a fire truck. We're on a roll.
We're doing it. Hey, it's what the internet is for. But I really, really appreciate you all hanging in there with us tonight and doing the thing with us. This has been fun. We are not done yet. So many things coming here. Sports Card ASMR. I've gained 150 subs in a week over there. So jump on in. Help me grow that thing as well. And we'll have a lot of fun. All right, that's it. We'll see you. Bye.